All right, welcome back to Super Geek the podcast. It's been a little while. I'm your host, Jesse Day, and we have Lisa here.
Hello.
All right, and we got a couple of guests with us actually. Justin Johnson, all the way from Tallahassee. Well, he's in Orlando right now, currently, but Tallahassee, Florida. So,
how's it going?
You know where he lives now.
Yeah,
hey, I'm in Orlando.
Well, look at that.
Look at that.
Well, you know, we can drink coffee together. So
That's right.
I got my little brother Aaron here. Aaron, how's it going?
Y'all?
Same last name actually, so you know we're related. We're gonna do a little bit of Star Wars trivia. I think the last episode we actually did a little bit of trivia, comic book trivia, and I
lost horribly.
Very
badly.
Wouldn't even say lost. I mean, mangled, destroyed.
Didn't even make the scoreboard.
Decimated.
Nothing.
Like, kind of like. I mean, if anybody saw Thunderbolts, I don't know if
haven't yet. But
yeah, I was gonna say maybe as bad off as Century beat up on the whole team.
So yeah, it should be noted that I should have been the one just asking the questions and not participating. Comic books aren't really my. You got regular books. I got books. Okay, movies, some video games, but comic books not really so much. So yeah, that was.
I realize that now.
Painful.
So, unfortunately, we don't have Brandon with us. Brandon was the soundboard man. I like a good soundboard. I'm gonna have to get a soundboard for next time. So Aaron's gonna be our soundboard. Okay.
Oh yes.
We're gonna go with what should we go with? I got some. Actually, have some. I'm gonna take it off the screen so anybody watching can't see the answers because that would be unfair. So, anyways, who would like to go first? You know what? I feel like this is unfair now to start Lisa first since she knows so much about Star Wars. What's 3 things we know about Star Wars is lightsabers are cool. Grogu is cute as heck. And what else? I feel like I was listening to going for 3. That's really it. So that's all you need to know about Star Wars. So
lightsabers exist and they're cool, and the child is cute.
Rey is not canon.
Rey is not canon.
I like him.
Oh my gosh.
We're so controversial right now.
No, okay. Yeah,
that did not return.
That's the 3rd point.
Yeah.
So you heard it here first on Super Geek the podcast. Rey is not
Palpatine
canon. All right.
Didn't. It's Star Wars can have a multiverse too. It's fantasy. It's fine.
Hey,
it has to.
It's a different universe over there. It's a different universe over there. It's not like
It has to. Absolutely. Yeah. So we're gonna pretend like the last 3 that didn't happen. We're in the multiverse now. So, anyways, all right. We'll start off with question 1. We'll give this to Justin. I want to see what you're made of.
All right, let's hear it. I'll just blast just out of the water wrong.
Question number 1. What is the name of Luke Skywalker's aunt?
Beru. Aunt Beru.
Oh my God.
B-E-R-U.
I did not think you would know that. That's crazy. You really are, sir.
Dude, that's easy.
What?
I got nervous there for a second. I was like, oh no, he's going to ask me the name of like a ship or something like that. And I'm going to not know that. But Aunt Beru, yeah, man.
You have
we came to play tonight, Jesse.
Listen.
Shame that we didn't bet money on this.
I don't want to go broke. Okay. Listen, I'm a humble guy. It's hard enough as it is to afford paper plates. I do not need to know what it's like to not have plates. Okay. Just go easy there, man. Take it easy.
I'm already broke.
Goodwill's got some great plates and glasses and cups, dude. Hey, me and the wife went to Goodwill today in Orlando. First of all, crazy place. Okay. We got these fancy schmancy wine glasses for like $3 or something. And she's over there sitting, drinking her little wine out of them. Nothing wrong with it.
So let me test these out.
Yeah, they work. You don't have to spend $110.
They
on
were
2
so
wine glasses.
expensive. We don't know where we got them.
We don't remember they were that expensive.
Remember.
They're great. Shoot.
Yeah,
Don't
nice.
knock it.
This one's going to be kind of easy, actually. So this goes to Lisa. What real life animal was almost used as the actor for Yoda?
Oh, I just watched Light and Magic too, and now I'm going to draw a blank. To be fair, I had a migraine earlier, so I have a lot of meds in my system. Oh gosh, I can't think. I don't know. I don't remember. I just watched the entire Light and Magic 2, the first season and the second season.
I'm going to need a timer right here, Aaron. We're going to need some Jeopardy music or something, I feel like.
Yeah, I don't
think you cannot.
I mean, I feel like I want to say something, but I feel like it's wrong. So, yeah, I don't know. I think you got me on that one.
All right, the answer is a monkey.
Yeah.
So I'm going to need a buzzer, really. Aaron. Anytime Lisa gets something wrong, we need a hard
lizard monkey, but not a lizard monkey. Speaking of lizard monkeys, I was rewatching Mandalorian and I totally forgot they were like roasting those guys on spits on that one planet. The lizard, like Salacious Crumb, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I forgot about that.
There's so much Star Wars out there. What was that, Aaron?
I was gonna say I look back at the Mandalorian. Do y'all remember that scene where Grogu was 1v1ing another like Mandalorian child?
With the paintballs?
They had him flip, and it looked like someone was just holding him and rotating him. It looked like the funniest thing, dude.
They were trying to use those real effects that they had in the 1970s and early 80s. I think they were trying to mesh that to keep the vibe.
I would almost argue that aesthetic is what makes Star Wars, to be honest.
100%. Yeah. 100%.
That is a hard-coded piece of Star Wars. I
will say one of the better aspects of the newer Star Wars, even though we're not counting this canon, they had those kind of real effects in there that you saw. They were better than 1977 through 1982 or 83, but they still were there. And I was like, okay, I tipped my hat a little bit. And I was like, that's cool. That's probably about the best thing about that. And the old cast returning.
Yeah.
And they also had a lot of CG too. So you gotta pick and choose.
That makes sense. Okay.
I'm not putting those movies very high on my list. Though. They're still at the very bottom.
Yeah, look, I listen. I want to go to bed peaceful tonight. Okay, so let's just keep that where it's at for now. Aaron, do you want one?
Oh my gosh!
I feel like I'm out of my depth, but I'll try.
You got this. Come on, you know more than I do. All right, let's do number 3 for Aaron. Which fantastical Star Wars vehicle was mistaken for a military tank by the Libyan government during the production of A New Hope?
Man.
Wrong. I'm just kidding.
Dude. Okay, can you repeat the question?
Which fantastical Star Wars vehicle was mistaken for a military tank by the Libyan government during the production of A New Hope? There's a hair on my mic.
A New Hope. I got no idea.
It was the Jawa Sandcrawler. Little fun fact for you, all right?
The big brown,
the fantastical Star Wars vehicle.
Yeah.
The Jawa Sandcrawler was mistaken for a military tank by the Libyan government during the production of A New Hope, in case you didn't know. Next, we're going to give this to Justin for 500 points. While filming...
whose line is it anyway, where the points don't matter?
While filming The Empire Strikes Back, Darth Vader did not actually say, "No, I am your father," in order to keep the film's big twist under wraps. What line was spoken instead? That's kind of a
dude. I had just read about this yesterday.
That's kind of a tough one. Yeah, it's actually really interesting. I like this question. And then next time, Lisa, you can get me on some trivia.
And I don't want to be. I mean, I'll say the wrong answer because I don't know the right answer. I think it was Obi-Wan is your father.
That's correct.
Nice. Okay.
Ding, ding,
I was
ding,
like,
ding.
I don't know. I can't remember.
He says Obi-Wan killed your father is what he says. But
okay, Obi-Wan killed your father. I knew it had something to do with Obi-Wan.
We'll accept it. You're not Lisa, so I'll accept it. So
okay.
I'm just kidding.
I know he's like going to purposely give me all the hardest questions that I'm not going to know.
Because it's just so funny to me because I like the last trivia episode you bombed it so hard.
It's because I don't read comic books.
I know it was totally unfair, but I was like so confident that you were going to know them because they were easy to me. So
they were really trying to encourage me too. They were like, just guess, and I'm like, I have not read any of these comic books.
You
guessing's not even going to help.
Yeah.
So
I'm like, wait, who was in it?
I mean, yeah. And I mean, so we probably you should be reading these questions because that was an unfair fight. But I'll give you this question. You should get this, I would think. What was the first made for TV Star Wars spinoff titled?
Movie or TV show?
TV. Made for, it said, first made for TV Star Wars spinoff. So.
Oh man, because I know a bunch of the cartoons, but I also know the live action movies. Was it? I think Caravan of Courage was the first one.
Is that your final guess?
I don't know.
Is that your final guess?
Because I'm like, there was droids and there was the Ewoks cartoon.
Is that your final guess?
I guess I'm going to go with Caravan of Courage because I feel like it was right after Return of the Jedi, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's Star Wars Holiday Special.
Oh, that was the holiday special. Oh, I thought they didn't count that one.
That's fair, actually.
They try so hard to hide the fact that they made it.
Yeah, you have the Luke Skywalker with the hair that parts like this.
So like I saw somebody was interviewing Harrison Ford not that long ago. I think it was one of the late night hosts. And they asked him about the holiday special and like if he remembered this and that. And he was like, what are you talking about?
He's like, I successfully scrubbed that from my memory. Okay, we're trying.
Yeah. I feel like they all did it under duress.
I guess this is a fair question. Aaron, it's your turn. What is R2-D2 alternately known as in some Spanish-speaking countries?
This one I know.
Oh Lord, what?
Okay,
I'll give you. Can I steal this one if he doesn't get it?
Yeah, I was gonna say, Aaron, you can phone in a friend.
Yeah, I might have to.
But no one from this call, okay?
Oh, dang it. I feel like I got your back, Aaron.
Yeah, just let me
we'll split the points.
He's like, it's over.
The imaginary points.
Yeah, we'll split the imaginary points.
His alternate name in Spanish-speaking countries. I'm gonna go with I don't know.
You really don't want to phone in a friend? Come on, man. You had a chance. I gave you a.
You said no one in this call.
It was a joke. Come on, man. She's right there. Phone in a friend, okay?
All right, Lisa. I'm gonna pass this question to Lisa.
All right, Arturito.
Arturito.
That's the funniest thing. When Diego Luna says when he told that story the first time, I think that I think it was at one of the celebrations that cracked me up because he thought that his name it means little Arthur. And so Arturito in Spanish means little Arthur. So he thought R2-D2's name was little Arthur. And then he found out it was like actually R2-D2. And he's like, what?
That's what I'm calling him from now on. I can see that.
Oh, little
Arturito.
Come here, little Arthur.
Little Arthur.
Little Arthur. That makes him so much more innocent. But at the same time, he's a little feisty boy.
Yeah, that's little Arthur who looks so innocent over there, but instead he's like I totally forgot about that part in Revenge of the Sith when he puts the oil and sets those droids on fire.
Yeah.
Isn't there actually isn't there actually a little person controlling him, like the old prop?
Yeah,
so
Kenny Baker.
Technically, he is a little Arthur. So,
I mean, little Kenny Baker, but
little Kenny. We'll go with little Kenny. Little Arthur sounds better, though. I'm sorry.
It does.
Little Arthur is a lot better than little Kenny.
All right, we'll go. Let's see. We'll go Lisa again. Which '90s boy band was originally supposed to appear in Attack of the Clones?
What?
I actually knew this one.
Oh my gosh.
I can give you a hint.
That is so random. Yeah, give me a hint. Because there's so many to choose from.
Oh, you actually want a hint?
Yeah, because there's a lot of boy bands to choose from. Did you not follow boy bands like I did in the 90s?
So
there's a lot to choose from.
Yeah, I was, I was born in 96. So by the time it was 99, I was chasing sticks. So
I was in high school in 96. Thank you very much. So yeah.
Hey, it's a diverse cast. I don't know what to tell you. So, yeah. So actually, when they were offered the chance to appear in Attack of the Clones, and they said their response to that was bye.
Oh, NSYNC. I knew it had to be. I knew it had to be NSYNC or Backstreet Boys because there were other groups around in the 90s at that time, but they were newer. And then there were some, New Kids on the Block was still around, but they were kind of has-beens by the late 90s. So
true.
And now they've made a comeback. So, hey, anything's possible.
Right. To further that, I just realized that I have a Millennium Falcon lamp and it's not even in the video. And I don't know why. Look at this thing. This is the greatest.
Oh, man.
Nice.
This is the greatest thing. Watch this thing light up. Pretty cool, right?
Just opened. We all went, oh.
I kind of low-key need one of those.
Yeah, so I was at Barnes and Noble and it was $100, but I didn't care. So,
Hey,
when you have big boy money, you can make big boy purchases.
That was before I was married, so that was a pre-purchase. All right,
I have a chopper droid over there in the corner of my room. Cool. Yeah, the one from Galaxy's Edge that makes all the noises and talks back to you. It's pretty awesome.
That's cool.
That was my big girl purchase.
There you go.
This one will go to Justin. What was Yoda's name in the early outlines for The Empire Strikes Back? I did not know this. That's crazy. I can give you a hint for this one, actually.
I have an answer in my head, but I will take the hint if you're giving them out.
They don't come out often, okay?
I know. That's why I have to take it when I can.
She was a vampire slayer.
Buffy? No kidding.
Yeah.
I was not going to say Buffy. For some reason, I know like Yaddle, is the other species that we see.
Yeah.
Especially in the new Clone Wars little mini series. I was thinking it was that, but all right. Thanks for the hint, man.
Yeah. So, just in case you didn't know.
That's cool. Buffy. I'm glad they picked Yoda.
Yeah, Buffy
sounds more wise.
Not have worked.
Buffy the Jedi Master.
Master Buffy. Yeah, no thanks.
No.
Yeah, this one's an easy one. So this is Aaron's. Which streaming service is the official home for all Star Wars related TV series?
Is Disney Plus?
Yeah, if you get that wrong, I was going to drop you from the call immediately.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, it looks like we lost Aaron there.
Oh
I don't know what happened. Oh my gosh, guys. Anyways, next question. Oh man, let's do. This is a hard one. All right, who wants the hard question? I can skip it. I mean, but we can try it. Maybe somebody knows it. I don't know.
Maybe we can collectively figure it out.
Yeah, ask the group, and then
Yeah. So we'll give this to a group. That's a great idea. Thank you.
Like Trivial Pursuit, when you have a team, you get to talk amongst yourselves and then answer.
True.
I like that.
So, which Star Wars character references the Beastie Boys in terms of both his name and his costume design? I have no idea who this is. I feel so bad right now. I can't help you.
The Beastie Boys.
I'm a little young for the Beastie Boys. I know who they are, but never a fan.
Really?
So
Beastie Boys.
I can't help you guys out on this one.
Well, we're kicking it live. Man, you were so confident.
In terms of his name and his costuming?
Yeah, apparently, I guess. Some Star Wars character referenced Beastie Boys.
Okay, so
you know,
let's start running down all the
has to be
all the
newer.
ones.
It has to be newer, right? There's no way. What? I mean, have to be prequels.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it would have to be. So, who were? We got the people on the council. There was Yariel Poof. There was Eth Koth, Coyote-Mundi, Evan Peel, Mace Windu, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Yes. None of those are jiving with any of the guys' names from Beastie Boys. So what it wouldn't be their names. It's
Elo Asti.
who?
Elo Asti. Elo Asti.
How do you spell that? I need a photo.
Elo-Asty.
Oh.
What?
Some creature. Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
He's his sequel.
Guess what? He's on the one cartoon show I haven't watched, Resistance.
Crazy.
And
right?
he was in the Force Awakens too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's another one. We'll keep this group style for a little bit. I like the idea.
Yeah, I like the group style.
All right, what planet is Obi-Wan Kenobi from?
Oh, I got this one. He's from Stewjon.
Correct.
Named after Jon Stewart.
That makes sense.
Okay, what actress played Princess Leia in Star Wars: Return of the Jedi? I mean,
is this a real question?
Do we even need to answer this one?
Yeah.
I thought I was like
great.
Carrie Fisher, man.
Yeah. That one was a softball.
So I was like, was that a real question?
Yeah, I think he's.
Rest in peace.
You have the Beastie Boys question, and then you have the softball Carrie Fisher.
I mean, I'm just reading the questions, man. I'm not even gonna read this question. This is stupid. Wait, is this the kitty trivia version? Aaron, this one's for you. What color is R2D2?
What color is R2D2?
Yeah,
Little Arthur.
Little Arthur. Just said Little Arthur.
That's poor.
Bonus points if you can say it in Spanish.
If I can what?
You can say the colors in Spanish.
Oh shoot! Blue is blue azul?
Azul.
I don't know.
Azul?
I don't speak Spanish.
White blanco.
Sí, señor.
Sí, señor.
My bonus points, boy.
There you go. Got your bonus points there. Good job.
All right. What planet is Padme from?
Naboo.
All right. Okay. Here, this is interesting. If you don't know it, I feel like most Star Wars fans do. True or false? R2D2 originally had dialogue with actual speaking parts.
Pretty sure that's true.
Yes.
I feel like it is.
I'm going to go with yes.
I feel like all of you waited to say yes after Justin said I feel like it's true.
I was gonna say because I feel like
Wow.
they would have to be able to understand R2. They would need some dialogue.
No, it's true. Totally true.
Yeah.
I
mean, after you rewatch Rebels a couple of times, you can start to actually understand Chopper.
Yeah. He's kind of like he's like talking like this. He's like muffled.
Right.
But like R2D2, don't even guess. But with Chop, yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Totally.
We're gonna go. What type of dog was the inspiration for Chewbacca, according to George Lucas? This is actually kind of tough, honestly. I didn't know that.
And you know what? Like I said, I just watched Light and Magic through again, and I know that they talked about this, but now
Am I allowed to look up all the types of dogs on Google?
Dog types.
It's got to be one with shaggy hair. You know what I mean?
It's a Shih Tzu.
Scooby-Doo.
It was
Scooby-Doo. I think was a Great Dane, right?
Yeah, he was a Great Dane.
Yeah,
an Alaskan Malamute.
Those are big boys, right?
They are, and you know what? They talk a lot. Have you seen the videos of those dogs? Like they argue with their owners. It's very funny.
Yeah, he
does Chewie.
Yeah,
he almost kind of looks like a husky in a way. I'm gonna flash him. I'm gonna flash a picture up there for anybody that's watching on YouTube. He looks like a husky. Yeah, crazy. And Chewbacca looks nothing like that. Where did he get this inspiration from? Was it the personality?
It must have been the personality.
He had a great personality. We'll just go with that. We'll go with that. Okay, Star Wars trivia. Let's go. The first appearance of the Emperor was a composite of the character designer's wife and which animal? What?
Oh.
Wasn't it a bird?
This is terrible. Let me throw this up there. This is terrible. Like okay.
I know, because it was the visual was like a lady with.
Well, did you see the original eyes on that dude was
super bad. They were really rough.
I wouldn't call those baggy. Those were protruding.
But it's just that he looked. Okay, it's a chimpanzee. All right, let me just give you the answer there.
Ooh.
It's the fact. Okay, it's not that. It's just the fact that he looked at his wife and was like thinking about designs for Palpatine and was like, "You kind of look like a chimpanzee." Like, how did that conversation go? You know what I'm saying? Like,
he's on the couch for 2 weeks after.
It's if I melded your face with a chimpanzee, that would make a great Palpatine.
Make a great evil emperor.
Well. Hey, listen, I look at my wife a lot. Okay, my wife's attractive. I'm attracted to my wife. I married her for that's one of the very reasons. Okay, but I'm just thinking about the situation where I'm looking at my wife and she's like, "What are you thinking about?" And this guy's like, "Chimpanzee."
Speaking of wife, mine
and
just
your
ran.
face. Yeah. So your wife did.
I mean,
what?
that's flattering. It's flattering to some extent. I mean, I would be on it. If it were me. A Star Wars villain, and they said, "We want to use your face mixed with an emu."
Yeah.
I would be like, do whatever you want. I'll be a Star Wars villain.
Just make me a villain.
Yeah, just make me in there. Just write me in, but I gotta be good.
That's fair at this point, but I mean, interesting. Wow. How many estimated deaths are there in the original trilogy? That's kind of interesting.
1,364,218.
Oh my gosh, he was right to the number.
Nope.
No, I'm just kidding. That'd be crazy, though.
Crazy.
I was like,
that
seriously,
crazy.
dude.
Like, whoa, you missed one number. That's
I don't know.
No.
It's a lot because.
Yeah, I know that Death Star had a ton.
No, I mean, so yeah, it was
Death Star times 2. Like.
Oh yeah, true.
And Alderaan.
Yeah.
I mean, what was the population of Alderaan?
Billions,
I don't even
probably
because
I don't know.
They were very much like Naboo. They took in a lot of refugees from other places too. So it wasn't just Alderanians there. It was a bunch of other people. So I'm going to say like a lot.
I don't know, but it was Alderaan people though. That's
Oh,
you know.
can we remove Jesse from the call?
Come on now. No, it was about 2 billion and some change.
Yeah.
So
okay,
2 billion and change.
Less than I was thinking.
The original trilogy. So that's kind of wild.
Yeah, that is kind of. I mean, considering a whole world.
Well, maybe Alderaan was smaller than we think.
Was it that populated? Well, okay, but how many Death Stars have they gone through? Quite a few at this point, right?
Plus all the crews on the Star Destroyers.
Hey,
that massive Star Destroyer.
Literally, it's in the name. It's literally called Star Wars. There are wars happening. Okay, so people are dying.
Okay,
every second.
I just feel like there'd be more.
Wait, hold on. So reread that question.
About
how many deaths in the entire original trilogy? Is that what that was?
How many estimated deaths are in the original trilogy?
Okay, so because people are crazy and there's information like this. Apparently, the population of Alderaan was 2 billion by itself.
Mm.
So we just outsmarted the question.
Well, I mean, Darth Vader died, so technically that was 2 people. So I know that contributes to that last number.
He contributes twice. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
like I said, we'll just go with a lot.
That's too. I'm not even asking that question. That is kind of crazy. It's
now I want to know.
Well, you know what? You can go back and watch the video after it's posted. No, I'm just kidding. It's which episode number is the first Star Wars film? It's kind of tricky to like someone that's a newbie. If you don't know really what you're talking about.
You mean the first one that came out in chronological order when it came out?
Okay. Look, let's not get super
episode 4, A New Hope.
It's a little,
yeah, it is, but that's some people.
Well, it wasn't episode 4 when it came out. It was just Star Wars when it came out. They changed it. Mm-hmm.
It was.
Well, yeah. Okay, so yeah, it just said Star Wars. It didn't say episode 4, A New Hope when it did the script. They added that back in when, and I think 99. No, it's probably earlier than that. But the original copy of Star Wars that came out in 1977 is just Star Wars.
I know they had it in there by the 80s because we had all of them on VHS and it was in there in the 80s.
It was in there.
So, yeah.
The only reason why I know that
as the oldest person in the room right now.
My dad had the original VHS copy from it was cool. It was so bad. Like looking at it, like it was cool to watch, but it was like this weird looking film, and
I think
it wasn't restored.
I gotta look for it, but I think I have some VHS of before the special editions that they did. I think I have some of the original cuts before they added all the special edition stuff in. I just gotta find them. But that's what I grew. That's what I grew up on. And then when they did the special editions, we were like, "Oh, they changed so much stuff."
Yeah,
we're like, "What? This is nuts."
They added so much CG.
Yeah,
in a lot of the special editions,
and then they ruined it all. You can tell adding those new trilogy.
Then they poo-pooed on it.
It's not wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, so man. Bad. Oh, how long was Han Solo frozen for? I did not even think about this.
I think it was a year.
It was a year.
I just read Tatooine Ghost and they referenced it in that book. Yeah, because, everybody's moved on and he's like, whoa, when did all this stuff happen? There was like a scene in the book where he was like, I lost a whole year of my life. I wasn't around and you guys were doing all this other stuff and he was having trouble like coping with it.
Wow.
Didn't they correct me if I'm wrong. I've been hearing through the grapevine that they froze him in carbonite.
They did. That was true.
Yes. But like it was because oh, I'm gonna get him so bad at work. But like they did it and they introduced Lando's character because they weren't sure that Han Solo was going to return for episode 6.
Oh yeah, because Harrison Ford wanted to die. He wanted Han Solo to die.
Yep, he was itching to kill that character.
Yeah,
I'm fairly confident that's my assumption.
You notice at the end of Empire Strikes Back that Lando is dressed like Han.
Just like Han, yeah. Acting like Han, he's going, it wasn't my fault, doing the same thing that Han was doing the whole movie. Wow. And you're like, oh, this is a good ease in to the new character. And then I guess Harrison Ford was like, yeah, I'll sign on for one more movie. It made a lot of money.
Yeah, made a lot of money.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Did not know that. Where does Rey find Luke Skywalker? Doesn't matter. It really doesn't at this point.
I mean, I know the answer, but it doesn't matter.
The planet?
The planet, wasn't it like Octu or something like that?
Yeah.
I think it's Octu.
I don't know how to say it, but
it literally, that's what it is. But I'm just thinking, it's like the movie's so bad that even the planet sounds like you're spitting on it. Like I just,
yes, yeah.
Like why? Anyways,
those stupid little penguin baby bird things.
Oh yeah,
those were all over the shelves everywhere.
Yeah,
and had that silly little noise that they made.
My daughter makes me play that other trilogy in Lego Star Wars with her sometimes, and I just destroy everything the whole time. I just like wreck the place and pick up the coins. That's what I do. She's like, can I break this? Yeah, okay.
What is the name of the female member of the Jedi High Council who is of the same species as Yoda?
Oh, we said this already. Oh, yeah. You answered this, yeah.
Yeah.
Yaddle.
She gets murked. She gets crushed by old.
We should make a board game called Yaddle. That would be a cool board game. I would play that board
game. Where you just crush little green.
Little green.
Little green.
Whatever they are.
little Arturitos.
Oh yeah, I can totally see it kind of being like a whack-a-mole game or something. Yaddle.
Just with Dooku's lightsaber.
I'm going to include this just because I feel like I have to. Han Solo boasted that the Millennium Falcon made the Kessel Run in less than how many parsecs?
12.
12 parsecs.
Which is distance, not time.
Yeah, but in Solo, they like rounded down, he said. I'll just round down for Chewie.
That's crazy. In which movie did Yoda not appear in any form?
A New Hope.
A New Hope, yeah.
Yep, it's New Hope. Okay, I'll do. Oh, I'm trying to find a good one. I'll do one more. I'll do one more good one. Okay. I'm trying to find a good one. I really am. Oh.
You know what, Jesse? I've got one for you. How about them apples?
Oh.
Okay.
Put you on the spot. So, what planet?
Alderaan.
Nope. What planet did K2SO and his band of rebels pick up Jyn Erso in Rogue One when they busted her out of the tram thing?
Let me get some coffee first.
He's like, hold on, let me Google that real quick.
Yeah, I know. I Googled that little jerk.
What was the last part of that question? Can you repeat it again?
When K2SO and the rebels rescue Jyn Erso from the transport that she's imprisoned on, or
the prison transport.
What planet would they go to pick her up from?
Oh, don't be mad at me. I only saw that movie once.
Oh, yeah,
dude,
I know. Such a good movie.
I did some homework. I listened to your older podcasts, and I was like, he doesn't like that movie that much. I'm gonna see if I can get him on something.
I watched the end. Okay, I watched the last 5 minutes repeatedly.
Yeah. Oh, big
Vader coming in, actually,
wrecking house.
It's insane.
They need a rated R movie with him.
Okay. Look, they could have salvaged the instead of doing that whole trilogy crap, they could have just done give me Grey Jedi, or give me you know, freaking give me somebody like that has nothing to do with one or either. It's just like somebody going rogue and tearing things up. You know, that would be crazy. I would watch that. So to answer your question with another question, what do you think?
Well.
Whoa, Bonnie.
Whoa, Bonnie.
Okay, I was gonna guess like Hoth or something. Like, and before anybody like attacks me in the comments, all right, I'm a DC fan. Okay, take it easy. All right.
Yeah, Jesse is our DC expert. Okay. Yeah.
DC apologist. Okay, let's.
Okay, that's right.
The only reason why I know that is because they named the planet after Obi-Wan. Obviously, there was a special thing that they did in some interview. But anyway.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
Obviously.
I know. I knew that.
It's all right, Jesse.
I knew that. But yeah, so that, you know, I think that'll wrap up our Star Wars trivia. That was pretty fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, there was a couple hard ones in there. Those were
absolutely
a couple tough ones.
Yeah, it was kind of tough. So I will
that's good though, because I hate it when you look up the trivia and you're like, what is this kiddie trivia? Like a lot of the sites just have like super easy stuff on there.
Yeah, they're like, what is Batman's name? I don't know. So
what is Batman's true identity?
No, actually, true story. Before I married my wife, I was like, she goes, we started talking about. I started talking about DC because I'm filling her in. She goes, Batman that's his alter ego is Clark Kent, right? And I'm like,
okay, even I knew that one.
Should I proceed with legalizing this marriage? No, I'm just kidding.
Reverend.
Hold on.
Aaron, we'll edit that part out so she doesn't see it. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, good time.
Yeah, that was good stuff, man.
Check us out next time. Super Geek the podcast, releasing soon.
More geeking out.
Peace
Absolutely.
out.